Hello, everyone, and welcome to our friendly radio talk. I'm Alex, your host today. In this program, we like to talk about simple ideas that can improve our lives. Today, we will discuss an important topic, success in life. Many people want to be successful, but success can mean different things for different people. To explore this topic, I invited a good friend of mine. His name is Sam, and he has thoughtful ideas about personal growth. Sam, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here today. I think our listeners will enjoy hearing your thoughts about success. Many people work hard every day and hope their efforts lead to a better life. But sometimes they feel confused about what success really looks like. Before we start the conversation, could you briefly introduce yourself to the listeners and share why this topic is interesting for you?
Thanks, Alex. Hello to everyone listening right now. My name is Sam, and I enjoy learning about personal development and human behavior. I believe success is not only about money or status. For me, success means growing as a person and living a meaningful life. I like talking about this topic because many people think success is very complicated, but often the most powerful ideas are actually simple and practical.
That's a great point, Sam. Many people imagine success as something very big, like becoming famous or extremely wealthy. But everyday achievements can also be important. Finishing your work, learning a new skill, or helping someone in need are small victories. These actions may seem simple, but they build confidence and purpose over time. I think our listeners will appreciate hearing that success does not always have to look dramatic.
Yes, exactly. Success is often a series of small steps instead of one giant moment. People sometimes wait for a big opportunity, but they forget the power of daily habits. Reading, practicing a skill, staying healthy, and learning from mistakes are all important parts of progress. When someone repeats these actions every day, their life slowly improves. Over time, those small improvements create big changes that people once thought impossible.
I like the idea that success grows from small daily actions. Many listeners probably feel pressure to achieve big things quickly, but real progress usually takes patience and consistency. When people focus only on fast results, they can feel disappointed or tired. Instead, it may be better to enjoy the learning process itself. Sam, do you think patience is one of the most important qualities for people who want to succeed in life?
Yes, patience is extremely important. Success rarely happens overnight. Many people see successful individuals and think their journey was easy or fast, but usually there are years of quiet effort behind the scenes. Patience helps people continue working even when results are not visible yet. It reminds them that progress takes time. When someone keeps moving forward step by step, small improvements slowly turn into meaningful achievements.
That's very true. Another challenge people often face is fear of failure. Sometimes people have good ideas or big dreams, but they hesitate because they are afraid something might go wrong. They worry about what others will think or how they will feel if they fail, but avoiding risk can also prevent growth. Sam, how can someone change their mindset and see failure as part of learning instead of something negative?
I think the first step is understanding that mistakes are natural. Every person who learns something new will make mistakes. That is simply how learning works. When people accept this idea, failure becomes less frightening. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" they can ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" This small change in thinking can turn disappointment into useful knowledge and motivation.
That's a powerful way to think about it. I also notice that confident people often take more chances in life. They apply for jobs, start projects, or learn new skills, even if they are not completely ready. Confidence seems to help people move forward instead of staying stuck. Sam, do you think confidence is something people are born with, or can it be developed slowly through practice and experience?
I believe confidence can definitely grow over time. Most people are not born feeling confident about everything. Confidence usually comes from experience. When you try something new and slowly improve, your mind begins to trust your abilities. Even small successes can build strong confidence. For example, finishing a project, learning a new skill, or solving a problem can show you that you are capable. Over time, these experiences create a stronger belief in yourself.
That makes a lot of sense. When people see their own progress, they naturally feel more confident. Another thing that seems important for success is discipline. Sometimes motivation is strong, but other days people feel tired or distracted. In those moments, discipline helps them continue working. Sam, what are some simple ways people can build stronger discipline in their daily lives without feeling too much pressure?
One simple method is creating small routines. When people repeat the same positive action every day, it slowly becomes automatic. For example, studying at the same time each day or exercising every morning can build strong discipline. It is also helpful to start with small goals. If the goal feels too big, people may give up quickly. But when goals are small and realistic, it becomes easier to stay consistent.
I really like that advice. Small routines can quietly change a person's life over time. Another factor that often influences success is the environment around us. The people we spend time with can affect our attitudes and behavior. Positive and motivated friends can inspire us to work harder and think bigger. Sam, how important do you think it is to surround ourselves with supportive and encouraging people?
I think it is extremely important. Humans naturally absorb the attitudes and habits of the people around them. If your friends are curious, hardworking, and optimistic, those qualities can influence you in a positive way. On the other hand, constant negativity can reduce motivation. This does not mean we must avoid everyone who struggles. It simply means we should spend more time with people who encourage growth and positive thinking.
That's a great point, Sam. The people around us really shape how we think and act. Another thing I often hear about success is the importance of setting goals. Without clear goals, it can be easy to feel lost or distracted. Goals give us direction and help us measure our progress. Sam, when someone wants to improve their life, what is a simple way to start setting meaningful goals?
A simple way is to begin with clear and realistic goals. Instead of thinking about huge dreams immediately, people can start with something small but meaningful. Writing goals down is also very helpful. When goals are written on paper, they feel more real and organized. It also allows people to track their progress over time. Small goals may seem simple, but they can build confidence and momentum.
I like the idea of writing goals down. It makes them feel more concrete and serious. Another important part of success is learning continuously. The world changes quickly and new knowledge appears every day. People who stay curious and open to learning often adapt better to these changes. Sam, what are some easy ways listeners can keep learning new things, even if they have busy schedules?
Learning does not always require long hours of study. Sometimes small moments during the day can be used wisely. For example, people can listen to educational podcasts while driving or walking. Reading a few pages of a book each night can also make a big difference over time. The key idea is consistency. When learning becomes a daily habit, knowledge grows naturally without creating too much stress.
That's very encouraging for busy people. Another topic connected to success is balance in life. Sometimes people focus so much on work that they forget about rest, family, and health. But long-term success usually requires balance between different parts of life. Sam, what do you think about the role of balance when someone wants to build a successful and satisfying life?
Balance is very important for long-term success. When people work all the time and ignore their health or relationships, they may feel tired or unhappy later. True success should include mental health, strong relationships, and personal satisfaction. Taking breaks, spending time with family, and enjoying hobbies can refresh the mind. When people return to work with new energy, they often perform better and make wiser decisions.
That's a valuable reminder. Many listeners probably work very hard every day and sometimes forget to relax. Another interesting idea about success is gratitude. Some experts say people who feel grateful for what they already have often feel happier and more motivated. Instead of always focusing on what is missing, they appreciate what is already good in their lives. Sam, how can gratitude influence someone's success?
Gratitude changes how people see their lives. When someone notices the good things around them, their mindset becomes more positive. A positive mindset often leads to better decisions and stronger motivation. It also reduces stress and frustration. Even simple habits like writing 3 things you are grateful for each day can make a difference. Over time, gratitude helps people stay hopeful and focused on progress.
That sounds like a simple but powerful habit. Another topic many listeners ask about is time management. People often feel that there are not enough hours in the day to finish everything they need to do. Work, family, learning, and personal goals can compete for attention. Sam, what advice would you give to someone who wants to manage their time better and feel less overwhelmed?
A helpful strategy is deciding which tasks are most important each day. Instead of trying to do everything, people can focus on 2 or 3 key tasks. Finishing those tasks creates a feeling of progress and control. It is also useful to reduce distractions like unnecessary phone use. When attention stays on meaningful work, time becomes more productive and less stressful.
That advice about focusing on a few important tasks each day sounds very practical. Many people try to do too many things at once and end up feeling stressed. Another quality that often appears in successful people is persistence. They keep going even when situations become difficult. Sam, why do you think persistence plays such a powerful role in achieving long-term goals and personal success?
Persistence is powerful because progress is rarely smooth or easy. Almost every meaningful goal includes challenges and setbacks. When people stop at the first difficulty, they never discover their true potential. Persistent individuals understand that obstacles are part of the journey. Instead of quitting, they adjust their strategy and keep moving forward. Over time, this determination helps them overcome problems that once seemed impossible.
That reminds me of many stories about famous entrepreneurs and scientists. Many of them faced repeated failures before reaching success. Their stories show that persistence and belief can make a big difference. Another element that people often mention is passion. When someone truly enjoys what they do, they naturally invest more time and energy. Sam, how important do you think passion is when building a successful life?
Passion can be very helpful because it creates natural motivation. When people enjoy their work or goals, effort feels less like a burden. However, passion alone is not always enough. Discipline and consistency are also necessary. Sometimes people must continue working even when excitement is low. The best results usually come when passion, discipline, and clear goals work together.
That combination sounds very powerful. Passion gives energy, discipline creates structure, and goals provide direction. When these elements work together, people can make steady progress. As we approach the end of our conversation today, I think many listeners are realizing that success is not one single moment. Instead, it is a long journey made of many small choices and daily habits.
I completely agree, Alex. Success is really a collection of daily choices. Every small decision matters more than people realize. Choosing to learn instead of wasting time, choosing to stay positive instead of complaining, or choosing to try again after failure can slowly shape a person's future. Over months and years, those small choices create habits, and those habits eventually define a person's life.
That idea is very inspiring. It shows that anyone can begin improving their life today. You don't need a perfect plan or a huge opportunity to start. Small actions are enough to begin the journey. Sam, if one of our listeners wants to take the first step towards success today, what simple action would you recommend they start with?
I would suggest starting with reflection. Take a few quiet minutes and ask yourself what truly matters in your life. Think about the kind of person you want to become. After that, choose one small habit that moves you closer to that vision. It could be reading, exercising, learning a skill, or helping someone. The important part is simply beginning.
That's wonderful advice. Sometimes people wait for the perfect moment, but the perfect moment rarely arrives. Starting today, even with a small step, can create powerful momentum. Once progress begins, motivation often grows naturally. I believe many of our listeners will feel encouraged by this message.
Yes, and it's also important to remember that success looks different for everyone. Some people want to build businesses, others want strong families, meaningful careers, or peaceful lives. There is no single definition that fits everyone. What matters most is that your goals align with your values and bring you genuine happiness.
That perspective is very healthy. Instead of comparing ourselves with others, we should focus on building a life that feels meaningful to us. When people follow their own path, they often feel more confident and satisfied. Sam, before we finish today's program, do you have one final thought you would like to share with our listeners?
My final thought is simple. Believe that improvement is always possible. No matter where someone begins, they can grow with effort, patience, and learning. Life is not a race against others. It is a personal journey of development. When people focus on becoming a little better every day, they often discover that success quietly follows.
Thank you, Sam. That message is both simple and powerful. I think our listeners will remember it for a long time. It has been a wonderful conversation about success, habits, mindset, and personal growth. I really appreciate you sharing your insights and experiences with us today.
Thank you, Alex. I really enjoyed this discussion as well. Talking about these ideas reminds us that success is something we build step by step. I also hope our listeners feel inspired to start making small, positive changes in their daily lives.
And with that, we come to the end of today's radio conversation. Thank you to everyone who spent this time listening with us. Remember, success is not about one big moment. It grows from small choices, patience, and continuous learning. Until next time, take care of yourselves and keep moving forward.